views expressed on this program are those of the hosts, guests, and callers, and are not necessarily those of this station, its management, or other advertisers. You're listening to Transformation Talk Radio.
You are listening to Living Lighter Radio. I'm Jason.
And I'm Patricia, with an ecosystem approach to your life. Tune in every Monday at 1 p.m. Pacific on Transformation Talk Radio.
Living Lighter provides a revolutionary way to address what's truly holding you back. We have the tools you need to reach your goals and at the same time be living lighter.
Join us now for a Living Lighter experience. This is Living Lighter Radio, and I'm Patricia. I'm here with my husband, Jason, and today we're talking about objectives and goals and things that we want to achieve in life. We use an ecosystem approach to you, which is much different than what you are commonly taught. We see human beings as ecosystems that need to be uncovered instead of programmed. Human potential becomes infinite with our ecosystem approach. You know, there is a lot written about programs that talk about how to achieve your goals and your objectives. So, Jason, how do we use, or how does someone use the ecosystem approach for their objectives?
This is one of the most common requests that people have as they've come to us over the years, and that's requesting help to achieve their objectives. But this is what we know. Most of their objectives that they come to us with are the wrong ones.
Wait, excuse me? That doesn't quite make sense.
Well, and when we say wrong, it's not a moral judgment on our part. It's just that when I look at their essence, it's really out of whack. So let me give you an example.
Okay.
We had a client come to us. She was the daughter of one of our other clients, and her stated objective was to lose about 10 to 20 pounds. And we started working, and one of the things I found out was that her husband was taking off 2 or 3 days a week and going to another state and gambling in a casino. Their finances were all out of whack as a result. She was worried about money. She thought he was having an affair there. He had a girl there wherever he went. And this woman was depressed. She was one of the most depressed women I have ever seen. So she's coming to us trying to lose weight, which I would say is the wrong objective.
Because her thinking was
that if only she would lose some weight, then her husband wouldn't go gambling and wouldn't have an affair, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, which of course, when you say it out loud, it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. But a lot of our objectives and our reasoning, when you say it out loud,
right,
doesn't hold the muster, so to speak.
Okay.
So, but and we're not trying to make fun of anybody's objectives, but the truth is they usually come. We don't get them from our essence.
Okay, well, then let me ask you a question. What do you mean by the right objectives?
When objectives come from ego, they are almost always wrong.
Okay.
They have to come from essence, because your essence knows what's in your best interest and won't let you bypass the important traumas and negative energies that are there.
Okay, so I want you to back up for just a minute. You gave me a definition of ego a few minutes ago, and I wrote it down because I wanted to make sure I said it correct. You defined ego is what makes us look for the good or about ourselves.
What makes us look good
to the outside world.
Yes.
That's a very interesting way to see it.
Has nothing to do with who we are authentically.
Right.
We can be a blue, but if the outside world likes pink at the moment, then we'll be a pink. And I'm being facetious, but that's how that's fashion. Obviously, if you knew me, I'm not a slave to fashion. But I'm sitting here in a T-shirt. Yes, it's a nice T-shirt. But anyways, so but the truth is, most of our egos try help us make us fit in and look good, because we've been programmed to believe that that's how we feel good about ourselves.
Well,
but it's not true.
I'm going to say something else about the ego. The ego also tells us that we're wrong, that we failed, that we didn't do it right.
Or if only this would happen, then you could have this, which is almost always really bad logic.
I want to lose 10 pounds so my husband won't go to another state and cheat and gamble on me.
Yes. It won't happen.
Yes. That's true. So, all right. So what are the right objectives, Jason?
You'll always use programming methods when you force yourself, manipulate yourself, and push yourself into bad decisions.
Okay.
So in other words, programming methods, which is do this, just, I want to lose weight. So you do this, 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 and this.
Right.
Doesn't say, why are you heavy in the first place? What is that extra weight connected to? It says, just do this.
Wait a minute.
Just avoid all that stuff of how it got there.
Let me say it simply. What is that extra weight connected to?
Yes.
What are the energies that is connected to that extra weight?
And we're talking about weight now because it's a really good example.
Yes.
But this applies to any sort of decisions that come from ego. Maybe it's, if only I had a Tesla, that girl that I'm interested in would pay more attention to me. Chances are no. Sorry, guys out there. Sorry, I don't want to bust any illusions.
Well, and I'm not going to tell you about Jason's Jaguar when he was much younger.
Well, for suffice to say, no, it didn't work. Anyways, that was before I was doing the ecosystem approach. I have no idea what my essence really wanted.
Well, at the moment, you wanted a Jaguar. Okay, so, all right.
And by the way, that was the worst decision I ever made in my life. And I guarantee you, my essence wasn't operating when I bought that car. So anyways.
Okay. So why are objectives that come from ego so bad?
Chances are if you're successful, let's say you have you want to get a certain a raise or a promotion or a certain job.
Okay.
If you're successful, what you do is you put everything else aside and focus on that objective and ignore things that are important. Ignore things that are really that might cause you pain and difficulty if you do ignore them. But being successful means you kind of narrow your focus. Put your head down.
Nose to the grindstone. Yes.
So if you're successful, that's great. But chances are there'll be this wake of unintended consequences.
Right.
And but the other option is that let's say you're not successful.
Okay.
Then your ego is the first one to raise its hand and say, "Hey, you suck. You failed.
You suck's a technical term, everyone."
Yes. You didn't make that you were not successful, and therefore there's something wrong with you.
Okay.
And it may have been a fight between your ego and your essence, and your essence won out, but your ego will spin it and say, "Oh, you're just bad. You just screwed up."
Okay. So
let me give you the perfect example. This is an archetype almost.
Okay.
Men who are successful.
Okay.
And it's not just men, but it could be women too now, but usually the families of those successful men
pay a price.
Oh, it's an awful price. We've worked with a lot of families who the father's been successful,
or even the mother,
but the result is that single-minded focus there's all sorts of traumas, and it's an archetype almost. The rich kids, the rich kids, they're rarely as successful as the father.
Right.
Or the mother.
All right. So let me ask the big question in this segment. What is the best way to do objectives and goals?
The first part of the ecosystem approach, which is the way we do objectives and goals, is always self-knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big key. And if you're doing the ecosystem approach, you're always getting more and more knowing about who you are and what's going to make you happy and what your essence wants, which is your best mentor, your best guide, your best coach.
Right.
You know, people come to us and they want us to be their coach, but no, it's not supposed to be us. What we do is teach them how to be their own coach, how to be their own knowing of who they are, or even their own guru, so to speak.
Okay. So, but you know that there's when we use the ecosystem approach, one of the things that we've experienced is that not only do people start to see what they want and what they don't want, or how they're going to do something or how they're not going to do something, we've seen amazing success with that.
Yes.
It's quite amazing, because when you start to connect with your own essence, this world opens up to you from ways and perspectives you could not have imagined that someone like you could have done.
It's very subtle because it happens on the inside
First.
But OMG, you start to see things, there are perceptions that you have that you could have never had before.
Exactly. I just have a real quick story about when somebody doesn't connect with their essence and they're trying to deal with their children. I remember when I was young, I had my father and then, of course, my stepfather. Both of them, in their way, thought that my biggest success in life would be that I would be a mother and a wife, and that would be the extent of who I was. And had they looked at their essence and then turned around and helped me with mine, they would have seen all the talent and the abilities and the creativity. But neither one of them, they never gave me that message, not once.
Well, and that's because they were programmed.
Yes.
And they were programming you because that's all they knew.
Exactly. So, Jason, what are the key points of this segment?
Your choice of objectives is always the most important part of achieving any objective. Objectives that come from ego are always a struggle versus being in alignment with your essence, which is far more easy and graceful.
Love it.
Forcing and pushing objectives that come from ego always has unintended consequences.
Right.
And objectives that come from your essence will be compelling and naturally motivating.
I love that one. All right. Stay tuned. When we come back, we're going to talk about timing, impatience, and what to do if you have to achieve a goal or an objective right away. This is Living Lighter with Jason and Patricia, with an ecosystem approach to your life. You're listening to Transformation Talk Radio.
This is Debbie Pokornik with a break-free parenting tip. Parenting will always be a bit of a mystery. Who knows why some parenting ideas work and others do not? Or why some kids seem to succeed despite family setbacks, while others have so much given to them and yet fail to thrive. The one thing we do know is that once you have a child, you'll never be quite the same again. Awe-inspiring emotions like overwhelming love, extreme guilt, intense frustration, and incredible joy make this job second to none. Breaking free of parenting pressures means recognizing the pieces that make us unique, the pieces that we carry with us from the past, and the pieces that are influenced by the society we live in. When we can pick and choose which pieces we want to keep around and change the others to align with our inner wisdom, we will feel more self-assured in our role as a parent.
For information and to work with Debbie, visit empoweringnrg.com.
Tune in to the Astral Insider, your portal for adventure, insight, and growth with Fernando Albert. And get ready to tour the astral realm, expand your life in ways you've never imagined, and call in for the journey of your life with this world-renowned lucid dreamer, astral projectionist, psychic medium, and healer, Fernando Albert. This is every second and fourth Monday at 9 a.m. Pacific on TransformationTalkRadio.com.
If you have a sense that you were meant for more, join Heather Allison every third Tuesday at noon Pacific as she explores an ancient, forgotten energy within us and helps us access our original archetypal blueprint. The Golden Path will help you remember the key to unlocking your life, Love, success, and magic you were meant for. A key to unlocking your golden path. Visit heather-allison.com.
Are you ready to create a life you'll really love? Then you'll want to tune in to the hit show Life Design Radio, From Adversity to Awesome with Susan DiLorenzo. Live each month on TransformationTalkRadio.com. No matter where you are in your adversity story, Life Design Radio has got you covered. Get ready to feel inspired, enlightened, and motivated. For more information about working with Susan, visit SusanDiLorenzo.com.
To find answers to life's questions, you need to look within yourself. Dr. Glenna Rice brings your questionable conversations on Transformation Talk Radio each month. Tune in each month for insight into how you can live up to your full potential. Dr. Glenna is a physical therapist, certified Access Consciousness, and Access Body Class facilitator. How does it get any better than this? For more information on Dr. Glenna Rice and her work, visit glennarice.com.
This is Living Lighter Radio with Jason, and I'm Patricia. We're talking about timing, impatience, and what to do if you have to achieve an objective right away. We use an ecosystem approach to you, which is much different than what you are commonly taught. We see human beings as ecosystems that need to be uncovered instead of programmed. Human potential becomes infinite with our ecosystem approach. Everyone says you should set a time limit for your objectives. Jason, is there something wrong with that?
The experts say setting a time limit motivates you and helps you focus on your objective. But the problem is that if you need to be motivated or need to be focused, it's not coming from your essence, because your essence has an unlimited amount of motivation for you and will help you focus naturally. But if you have to motivate and focus yourself, chances are the objective's coming from ego. And when you put a time limit on it, that's even more ego, because it's forcing you to do things in ways that may not be natural or organic to you or what's in your best interest in your life at that moment.
You know, I didn't tell Jason I was going to do this, but this just popped in, the other day. This is a really good example of you have just this motivation that you need when you're directly connected to your essence. Jason is writing. He is writing a book. I'm just going to put that out there. It's not ready yet, of course. But the other day, he started writing. He kind of disappeared, so to speak. And when I can't find him, I'll find him in his office. And I came in and I said, "Are you doing okay?" And he didn't even look at me. He said, yeah, I'm great. And he was going like crazy, just, typing like crazy. And about 2 hours later, I came in and I said, "Are you hungry? Do you want something to?" Yeah. And he goes, yeah. And he just kept going and going and going. And he did this almost all day long. I actually had to tear him away. We're going for a walk with the dogs. But my point being that this is something that he wanted to do. And this is something that was directly connected to his essence. And he was so focused and so motivated. I'll be honest with you, I really didn't want to interrupt him, but he did need to take that space. But it's amazing when you see someone connected that way. There's a light about it.
Well, and there was a joy with it. Oh my gosh. It wasn't like I was hurting myself or forcing myself or, when you talk about force and manipulation and, focus, I mean, self-discipline, who likes self-discipline? Right. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, exactly. But, it was so amazing to see this, that, he was doing it and I'll be honest with you, that it lasted so long. And I mean, he was, going like a bat out of hell at this. This was amazing. So, but let's get back to what we've, been talking about, or what we really, Jason, how do we set an objective? How do we do that?
Well,
with the ecosystem approach, how do we do that?
um, you always connect with inside of yourself first.
Okay.
When you look to your essence and you start uncovering it, you start getting some self knowledge. You know how to set your objectives.
That works for you.
Yes.
Okay. I like that. And am I correct? What happens if you're impatient and feel you have no choice but to achieve your objective right now, like from a boss's request, or say one of your children's teachers say this project needs to be done, or, little Johnny isn't going to make it through the second grade, that kind of thing.
People come to us, and the ecosystem approach is a process. It's not something that you achieve. It's something that happens over a lifetime, literally. Mm-hmm. And self-knowledge is the same way. It's not something that you just get to and then you're fine. It's something that you continue to learn throughout your life. So people come to us all the time and say, hey, I haven't done the work I need to do, but I have to do this right away.
Can you help me?
Can you help me? And our suggestion is always very simple. Clear the things that are in your way
right now.
Immediately in your way right now, and remove them.
Yes. In other words, we always see things from a practical point of view.
We have to. The ecosystem approach has been created to help people live in the world the way it is today. Mm-hmm, it's not designed to go, sell all your worldly belongings, go live on a mountaintop. It's to help you work with the way the world is.
The mountaintop thing cracks me up. So, Jason, can you give us some examples of, things that, examples of what can I do if I'm impatient about this, that, or the other?
Well, for example, weight loss is people come to us all the time and say, oh, I gotta lose 10 pounds, or I gotta lose 100 pounds. Doesn't matter.
Right.
It's really important, if you're going to start to lose weight, is to understand where that weight came from. But yes. we talked about the weight in the last segment. Let's take another example.
Okay.
Maybe you need money, pay the rent, pay the mortgage.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you have a serious health condition. That's the biggie. Okay, I haven't done the ecosystem approach, but I've got cancer and I could die. What do I do right now?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the answer is always the same. Just start clearing the path so you can have clarity. Start clearing the path so you can be healthier.
Right.
If you have a serious health condition, clear the symptoms, clear the feeling about the health condition.
Well, I'm going to give an example. If somebody comes to me and says, I have cancer and, I don't even know what to do. Can you help me? My very first thing is to clear the fear. That bottom line, clear the fear that they're going to die, day after tomorrow. But the bottom line is start with the fear. Then you start lifting up stuff, because it can be so overwhelming when you have some sort of health condition and you don't even know where to start, or that you even have an opportunity to start.
Well, and just a footnote, but the ecosystem approach is the best preventative that you can have for future health conditions.
Yes.
And, we've helped people who have come to us with a health condition, and they had a miraculous recovery.
Mm-hmm.
And we've had the opposite, where they passed.
Yes, that's true.
There's no guarantees,
mm-hmm.
and each person is uniquely different,
mm-hmm.
and that trauma is individual to you. But let's just start getting at it.
Well, okay. I just, Jason, if somebody has a spending addiction, or even an alcohol addiction, give me 3 things that you would do for each one of those.
Okay.
Cases.
So first of all, what we know is most people, for example, if they have a problem with money,
mm-hmm.
they don't know what the problem is.
Right.
They're numb to it. They just know that they have these compulsions. Maybe it's about spending. Maybe it's about savings. We've had people that have problems with spending money. I know that's hard to believe, but people with that, that can't spend money, that can't enjoy their money.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's an ego to look successful.
Well,
you have to present yourself to the world in a certain way, and you spend way too much to do that.
Right.
Shopping addictions are like any other addictions, where you try and calm those negative emotions with
mm-hmm.
shopping. the way to deal with that is to clear that anxiety that comes up when you feel like you need to go shopping.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter what the topic is. What was the other one? Oh, alcohol.
Yeah.
For any addiction, we always say, clear the anxiety that comes up that just before you need to do it. Clear the anxiety that says, if I don't do this, then this will happen.
Well, and like stopping smoking.
Yes.
Smoking cigarettes or whatever. It's the same thing. There's an anxiety. And when you start to recognize the anxiety, and by the way, you can do that through clearing, you would not believe the results you can have. And you really understand, you start to understand why you're doing what you do.
Yes.
Okay. So, Jason, one of the things that you have written here, and I want you to talk about this. Always be willing to change your objectives and extend the time deadline. Explain that a little bit for everyone.
We've been taught, we have this self-discipline, we have this hard-driving, hardcore view of life where the people who are the most successful push themselves, drive themselves.
And miss out a lot on life.
Take no prisoners.
Yeah.
We see that in our leadership. We see that people, we're being led by people who are bullies and they'll do anything to win or to get what they want. It's not the way to do it. It's not organic to the way we're designed.
Right.
We're designed to sort of look out in the world and see what's there objectively, and to make an assessment, and then to act.
Okay. And if you can't make an objective assessment or any of it, clear.
Right.
The answer is use that ecosystem approach.
The reason we can't make that objective assessment is because there's negative energy that's keeping us from using our intuition.
Exactly.
The deadlines, OMG, there's so many people that say, I got to do it by this time,
right.
And no good comes from those weird deadlines.
Yes, exactly.
She was talking about how I was just, writing and writing. The truth is I should have done that, should have. That's ego. That's, if you look in the traditional ways, I should have done that 3 weeks ago. So it just wasn't ready 3 weeks ago. It just wasn't ready to come out. And
exactly.
Then it came out.
And there it was.
Yep.
All right. So Jason, what are the key points of this segment?
Creating time limits encourage you to force yourself, which is programming and always toxic.
Okay.
If you must go forward with an objective, continue to focus on clearing the blocks in your way. Easy. Remember, negative energy is always positive for individuals and those around them. So when you clear negative energy for yourself, you're helping yourself and the people around you. And the best way to achieve an objective is to continue to clear until something happens.
Okay. Stay tuned. When we come back, we're going to talk about practical ways you can implement your goals and how we do it. This is Living Lighter with Jason and Patricia with an ecosystem approach to your life. You're listening to Transformation Talk Radio.
What is a brilliant culture, and how do we create them? Why are they important? Claudette Rowley has created a breakthrough 5-step process to help you align your culture with your business strategy for exceptional results. Looking for a culture that drives organizational excellence? Listen to Cultural Brilliance Radio, the second and fourth Friday of each month at 10 a.m. Pacific and 1 p.m. Eastern on Transformation Talk Radio. To learn more or work with Claudette, visit culturalbrilliance.com.
Have you ever wondered if there's a way to heal the deep, hidden inner issues, wounds, beliefs, and traumas? The journey into spiritual healing engages people in all areas of their lives to heal themselves and others. Tune in each month on Transformation Talk Radio as Dr. Jaffe brings conversations of healing of body, mind, and spirit as he merges the excellence of traditional medicine with the beauty of spiritual healing. For more information about Dr. Jaffe, this show, and his work, visit drjaffemd.com.
Disease, one of the most dreaded words in our vocabulary. Hi, I'm Mary Jane Mack. Did you know traditionally we have viewed disease as a degenerative process? Disease is better understood when we view it as dis-ease in the human body. Dis-ease means without ease. Health is not merely the absence of disease. It's when every part of the body works together effortlessly, relaxed and at ease. It's that relaxed state that lets energy flow in waves through and around the entire body. Every organ has an electrical charge, and when overcharged or undercharged, dis-ease occurs. And it is an effort to go through our day. We are able to determine the exact dis-ease of the body and design a specific solution to correct the nutritional imbalance. Contact us at 888-777-4232. That's 888-777-4232. And visit us at maryjanemack.com.
It's time to get your life back on Burn Bright Today with Jennifer Marcinelli. Tune in each month on TransformationTalkRadio.com. Learn to move from the darkness of burning out to the light of burning bright. Jennifer is redefining stress and the energetic causes of burnout, shining a light on process to get your life back. For more information about Jennifer and her work, visit burnbrighttoday.com.
Darcy Pariso is your connection to spirit, energy, and healing. You can meet Darcy in person at upcoming events throughout Seattle. Do you have questions about your animal companions, yourself, or do you desire to communicate with loved ones on the other side? Darcy will connect you and get answers. Darcy can also work with energy healing to help you and your animal companions feel more balanced and recharged. Visit darcypariso.com/events.
This is Living Lighter Radio with Jason, and I'm Patricia. We're talking about practical ways you can implement your goals and how Jason and I do it. We use an ecosystem approach to you, which is much different than what you are commonly taught. We see human beings as ecosystems that need to be uncovered instead of programmed. Human potential becomes infinite with our ecosystem approach. Okay, Jason, what do you mean by practical ways to implement goals? What does that mean?
Okay, if you've lived in the world, chances are you're using some form of programming to live your life. Of course you are. Everybody is. We're still trying to get rid of our programming ways, so to speak. So you start where you are. We always start where you are. It doesn't matter where that is. So if you have goals now, clear what's ever in your way. And as things come up, other things come up that get in your way, that keep you from your goal, clear those things.
Mm-hmm.
It always helps. Clearing always provides clarity. So if you need to change your goal, do it. If you find a different way to implement your goal, do that. It can be really helpful.
Okay.
We know that going from the ecosystem approach, from a programming approach is a process. And you never just do it cold turkey. You never say, I'm never going to do programming ever again. It doesn't work that way.
Well, I just thought of some real amazing programming, and it's connected to like 3 different things. Smoking cigarettes is one of the most addictive substances that I know that's out there. Number one, you can go anywhere and buy cigarettes. So it's not like you have to go down to your local dealer and, that kind of thing. And the bottom line is that if you try and quit cold turkey, I know very few people who have ever tried to quit just cold turkey and have been successful. So in other words, when you change the way the energy of it by using the ecosystem approach, you will have success.
Well, and here's a tip, addictions. This isn't the topic today, but I think it's an important point. Addictions are always connected to negative energy.
Always.
The more you clear, the less addictive you are.
Yes, exactly. Okay. So, Jason, if I start clearing what's in my way, what can I expect after that?
There's always clarity. We've been talking about that. There's never one answer, but many things could always happen. And you can always change the way you pursue your goals. Your goals could change. You could change.
Or wait a minute, let me. Or you could see that what you're trying to achieve is what you want,
Yes.
But I guarantee you, if you use the ecosystem approach, it will actually be easier and you'll have more clarity about how you're doing it, where you're going.
It'll be more solid.
Oh, it will.
It happens from the inside, not from the outside.
Right.
And that's why it's always very subtle. Those inside changes sometimes don't show on the outside.
Okay, so what's the hardest thing that people struggle with as they work with objectives in a new way, meaning with the ecosystem approach?
Because they always expect, because of our programming culture, to be told how to do, how to do it and what to do. They expect their goals to be laid out for them and the process and what to do at any point in time. You can Google it, you can look at a YouTube video, but the big change is that in the ecosystem approach, we listen to our essence.
Well, and you know what, Jason, one of the things I remember really clearly when I first started was I didn't trust that this newfound clarity that I had was good. I didn't trust it. It because I had been trained that I'll say it this way, that my opinion and what I wanted or how I saw something didn't matter.
That's always a biggie. And frankly, I have to be honest, even after 20 years of doing this work, both Patricia and I, sometimes we say to each other, I just saw that. Did you see that?
Yeah, but it's fun. I have to tell you this journey of the ecosystem approach or doing life with the ecosystem approach has really been a lot of fun.
Yes,
it really has. And we've gotten through some amazing trauma and drama and chaos because of it.
Well,
meaning using the ecosystem approach.
And we're going to talk about what we did, how we do it. But that's kind of the answer is, we haven't set up a lot of plans, objective and goals. We don't have a goal board. What are those things called?
The picture board.
And there's nothing wrong with those things.
No.
But what we do is we clear for those things. We clear, and what we want is just kind of right in front of us.
Yeah.
And it just kind of bubbles out of us, and we can't even stop it sometimes. Like the writing that she was talking about earlier, just comes and it feels really natural. It feels really good, and as we do it, we really enjoy it.
Well, and I want to say something. Had I not been doing the ecosystem approach, and I know the average person would have been very jealous that he had spent his time doing what he was doing, even though knowing that it was the best thing that he could be doing for him right then. And of course, ultimately everybody else. But people get jealous of other people's time and that sort of thing. Use the ecosystem approach, clearing constantly, consistently, and specifically. You will not believe the things that happen. It's amazing.
Well, and what she's saying is that our, it has to do with our relationship.
Yes.
Those things that get in our way just to have a good relationship. It's not our goal to have a good relationship. We just do because we clear everything that gets in our way. We haven't planned it out. We said, by this time this will happen. Blah blah blah. We just kind of do it.
And I want to make this point. I'm not the difficult one in this relationship. And just kidding.
Yeah, we won't go there.
Okay. So, all right, Jason, here's the big question for the moment. Can you explain how we approach our goals in life?
Well, and we've kind of been doing that.
Okay.
I guess, it's, we don't do a 5-year plan. We don't do, a deadline, but we do a lot of clearing.
We do.
And we clear for clarity, sometimes for priorities.
Mm-hmm.
We talk a lot and then figure things out together. And usually that's by using clearing, by clearing all the doubts and fears all the time. We still clear doubts and fears. And that stuff is in the world. It's
around us everywhere.
It's insidious.
Mm-hmm.
And it's one of the things we do all the time. But then things are just working out for us. I mean,
Right.
We've been doing this together for 20 years. Things just start to work out.
Well, and one of the best things is that because we have done this together, we talk about things, we figure it out, and then we will figure out what we need to clear next to get whatever done that we want to get done, or we just enjoy each other.
Yes.
It's amazing. So, Jason, what are the key points of this segment?
Always start implementing your goals by clearing what's right in front of you.
Okay.
Except that there's a transition period from programming to using the ecosystem approach.
Okay.
It's difficult to listen to essence rather than have someone tell you what to do, but accept the fact that it's difficult and just keep clearing.
Okay.
The clarity that happens with the ecosystem approach affects all your choices and the success of your goals.
I love that. So, Jason, let's tell everyone how we work with energy, and then we'll keep on going.
It's very simple. There's no special postures. There's no special way you have to sit. All you have to do is use your mind's eye, your imagination, and as we say, breathe, blow it into a trash can that's an actual trash can or an imaginary trash can.
Right.
Don't worry about the trash can. We'll empty it. Don't worry about the process. Just kind of let it happen. And when we say, and to eliminate, gather up that emotion or the veils and illusions or whatever we say to eliminate, gather that all up in your body, blow it gently into that trash can, no hyperventilation here, and we go on to the next emotion.
And I like to tell people, make sure you're not hyperventilating, because sometimes people can be all the way around the world, and I can't just call 911 and tell them to come and pick you up. So nice and easy on yourself the whole way, all of it. The next thing that we're going to do is then we're going to activate life force energy, and it's kind of a reverse, but what we're going to do is we're going to pull into our bodies, into the essence of who we are, the most powerful, positive energy ever that anyone has access to. And we're going to pull it in through the top of our head. We're going to let it go all the way down our shoulders and our arms, and then down our torso, all the way down our legs to the tips of our toes. I like to turn it around, and when we blow it out, meaning that life force energy picks up any negative energy that's been left behind, because we all know it's never just so easy that you can just do it with one breath. And then we're going to blow out that negative energy into that garbage can, imaginary or real, and then move on to the next. Stay tuned. When we come back, we're going to help you get started clearing your essence so you can choose and achieve your objectives. This is Living Lighter with Jason and Patricia, with an ecosystem approach to your life. You're listening to Transformation Talk Radio.
Tune in to Lucid Planet Radio with Dr. Kelly Neff. This hit show will illuminate your senses and empower you beyond your daily stressors and hardships. Renowned psychologist and author Dr. Kelly will captivate you with far-reaching topics and amazing guests as you wake to the greatest version of yourself. Learn to tap into your intuitions, think critically about our world, heal emotional and psychological wounds, and follow your passions to live your dreams. The Lucid Planet. Welcome home. Visit lucidplanetradio.com for more information.
Tune in to The Jen Royster Show, intuitive guidance to inspire your life, each Thursday at 8 a.m. Pacific and 11 a.m. Eastern on TransformationTalkRadio.com. This amazing show is an inspirational hour that will take you on an epic metaphysical journey to discover the spiritual approach to life's greatest challenges. Dr. Jen is an internationally known intuitive counselor, spiritual teacher, and energy healer. Call in for intuitive readings and visit JenRoyster.com for more information.
Do you want the knowledge and wisdom to understand where spirituality, science, and psychology intersect? Then join the Karmic Path Radio Show with Tina and Laura on TransformationTalkRadio.com Thursdays at 4 p.m. Pacific. Follow this charmingly, disarmingly dynamic duo as they explore how psychic ability, spirituality, and karmic law tie together. For more information on Tina, Laura, and their groundbreaking work, visit thekarmicpath.com.
Celebrating 40 years of peace through music. Dr. Pat Basili is thrilled to be partnering with Dudley and Dean Evanson, co-founders of Soundings of the Planet. Music and video created for peace and healing. Immerse yourself in benefits of music for meditation, relaxation, and stress reduction. This peaceful and meditative form of music is available for free on all streaming services. Search Dean Evanson on Spotify, Pandora, Amazon, and iTunes, or visit soundings.com for more information.
Are you ready to finally feel empowered and knowledgeable in your political stance? Let Marcia Padilla-Goad educate you on exactly how important grassroots advocacy is in a relatable way to all parties and all perspectives. Tune in to Grassroots Advocacy Radio with Marcia every first Tuesday of the month at 12 p.m. Pacific and 3 p.m. Eastern on TransformationTalkRadio.com. For more, visit DynamicsInPublicAffairs.com.
This is Living Lighter Radio with Jason, and I'm Patricia. We're going to help you get started right now, clearing your essence so you can choose and achieve your objectives and goals. Jason, take it away.
Here we go. I direct all my resources in all dimensions to eliminate my impatience to achieve my goals and my needs to take shortcuts.
Take a breath.
Woo-hoo. Take a breath. Yeah.
And to eliminate anything and everything that's keeping me stuck in the energy of impatience and anxiety, and clear that first or next. Take a breath.
And to eliminate my impatience and anxiety that says, if only I get to this, then this will happen. And by the way, it's a big lie. Take a breath.
One more time. Take another breath on that one. And to eliminate the barriers so I can begin to see me authentically and objectively, and the objectives that come from my essence for me. Take a breath.
And to eliminate the shame and guilt and unworthiness that I have that creates objectives from ego that says, if I have this objective, then I won't feel so bad about myself. Another big lie. Take a breath.
And to eliminate the rules and programmings that says ego is more important than, in other words, how I look to the world than what my essence is telling me.
Or who I am authentically.
Take a nice breath.
Well, here's a good one.
Okay.
And to eliminate the anger, bitterness, and resentment that I have that creates goals that are not good for me. And usually those goals have some form of, I'll show them. Take a breath.
Oh, wait. And to eliminate the revenge and all of it. Take a breath.
Yes.
Okay. And to eliminate the fears and the worries and the anxieties I have that ego uses to lie to me. Wow. Now there's a whole concept, don't you know? Take a nice breath.
And to eliminate the stress and anxiety I have about my daily life that I try to resolve with phony objectives. Take a breath.
Here's one of my favorites that I'm going to talk about, phony objectives. Today, I'm not going to eat that. Or today, I'm not going to overeat. Or today, I'm going to exercise and get in a whole week's worth of exercise in one day. I release and let go that phony self-sabotage programming that I use to hurt myself. Take a breath.
And this is one for Patricia and I that we were thinking about last night, and it may apply to you, and to eliminate those pictures of donuts we have in our mind that makes us want to go have one. Take a breath. We were watching this program last night, and someone brought in some donuts, and I was saying to Patricia, it's been like 8 years since we had a donut, and it just we're pretty good with our diet, but oh my gosh, we're just looking at that stuff.
And of course, I said to him, "Why did you have to say anything?"
And, we have those images of donuts that are hanging in our head.
Exactly. I release and let go those images. I release and let go that addiction to that sugar and that, I'm going to call it, treat. It doesn't serve us or you out there. Take a nice breath.
So let's do life force quick.
And to activate life force energy so I can use life force energy for all that I need, want, desire, and deserve. Just take a breath right now. Pull in life force energy. We're not doing anything with it other than we're going to own it right now. And blow out any negative energy. You don't have to know what it is. Blow it out. And to activate life force energy so I can respect my essence as a source of my best objectives in my life. I love that one. Love it. Take a breath. Pull it in. Let it go all the way in through the top of your head, down your arms, your torso, tips of your toes. Turn around any negative energies and blow it out.
And to activate life force so that I know that working with my essence is the best guide to implement my goals. It's about how to. Take a breath.
Top of your head, all the way to your toes. And to activate happiness, hope, laughter, love, self-love, love of your environment, love of who you are, love of the thought of being able to connect to my own essence today, right now. Take a breath. Pull it in right through the top of your head, all the way to the tips of your toes, and blow it out. There's never enough time. So the last one for life force energy is, and to activate life force energy so I can love myself enough for peace, harmony, laughter, fun, great health, and happiness right now. Take a breath. In through the top of your head, all the way to the tips of your toes, and blow out any negative energy left behind. Jason, what are we going to talk about next week?
This is going to be a fun one, and I hope you guys enjoy it. But we're going to talk about us. We're going to talk about all the stories we have. People always ask us what's like, being married to another intuitive. We have so many stories about, some of the things that we've been through and how we dealt with them. And,
yes.
How we work our relationship, how we deal with, personal stuff that everybody has.
Right.
And of course, it wouldn't be complete without some personal pet peeves.
Wait, what do you mean?
We're gonna talk about a lot of stuff. It'll be fun. We're just gonna kind of go and a little less structure, and it's gonna work. So
okay. So if some part of you gets the importance of clearing your essence with the ecosystem approach, mark your calendar. Living Lighter Radio is every week, Monday at 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern Time. If you can't listen at that time, our show is recorded, and you can go to our website, www.livinglighter.org, and look for the radio tab.
So if you want to have a better life and you want to make clearing constantly, consistently, and specifically a part of your life, the best way to do that is to sign up for our newsletter. Every week we give you the backstory to the radio show, but we also have clearings in that newsletter. So you can have them, read them out loud. You can put them on your phone and then use them every day for the week until we get the next newsletter out.
And we have heard some wonderful things that people have done with this. So I just want to put that out there. The other thing is that we would love to hear comments from you. Send us a note. Jason and Patricia, that's one word, at livinglighter.org. We'd love to hear some comments.
That's our email address.
That is our email address. And I'd also like to say we'd love to hear some suggestions for shows if you're interested.
We always like it when you like us on Facebook. We're at livinglighter.org.
Mm-hmm.
And just go. If you like the show today, go like us. We appreciate that. I look at the likes every week. And we'll talk to you next week.
Okay. So we'll connect next week, Monday at 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern Time. This is Transformation Talk Radio. You're listening to Living Lighter Radio with Jason and Patricia.
Wishing you a lifetime of living lighter.
Thank you for listening to Living Lighter Radio with Jason and Patricia. I'm Patricia. We have an ecosystem approach to your life. Tune in weekly as we discuss what's truly holding you back. We offer you the tools you need to reach your goals and at the same time be living lighter. For more information, visit our website at www.livinglighter.org.